Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's February the 12th Thought for the Day. The readings for today are Exodus 22, Psalms 75 and 76, and Mark chapter 8. The title of today's thought is, Do you not remember? The disciples of Jesus were in training, but they did not realize this. So do we. Jesus spoke in parables, and they, most of all, were expected to grow in their ability to sense their meaning and lesson. In today's chapter, in Mark chapter 8, they go out in a boat to the other side of Galilee, but they had forgotten to take bread, and he cautioned them, saying, Watch out, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. They do not understand his meaning and begin discussing one with another the fact that they had no bread. But Jesus reproves them for their lack of perception in spite of his previous experiences. Did you not yet perceive or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Have your eyes do not see? And having ears do you not hear? And do you not remember? He then reminds them of the feeding of the 5,000 followed by the 4,000 to make the point that the lack of literal bread was not the problem. It was the leaven of the teaching and the attitudes of the Pharisees. They had to beware of such and watch out for it. What damage that would cause if attitudes developed in them. The spirit such attitude produces destroys any chance of faith being able to grow. The Pharisees extolled in their position before men. Their glory was in their self-importance. The seed for this leaven to grow was in the hearts of the disciples. It was latent there, as we will see in the next chapter, when Jesus challenges them, for on the way they had argued with one another who was the greatest. Chapter 9, verse 34. Today's chapter tells us that Jesus called to him the crowd with his disciples and said unto them, If any would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. There is no tension to do any cross-bearing in their hearts of those full of self-importance. Making our faith evident to others in this ever more sinful world is one way we are likely to create ourselves a cross or two to bear. Let us really mark Jesus' words. Whosoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him or her will the Son of Man be ashamed when he comes in glory. Verse 38. Let us remember the down-to-earth lessons Jesus taught and become, if we are not already, genuine disciples who listen to his word and perceive what he really means and make them part of our daily thinking and doing. Thank you for joining us for today's Thought for the Day. We pray that you find it helpful. If you do, please share it with friends. Remember, as you go about today with your daily tasks, try and do all to the glory of God, acknowledging that the antidote to sin is not only not to sin, but to do good. Thank you, and God bless.